Good evening, and welcome to another edition of All or None According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. We have now gotten to the year 2008. So, what happens in the year 2008? So, let's get right to it. It's been a week or so let's not waste any time and get there. So, for 2008, we have four albums to talk about. So, the first one, Firewind, The Premonition. So, Firewind, I think, I'm not sure if I had them in the past, but great band. Uh, they got Gus G guitars, absolutely shreds. Great vocals, Apollo Papathanasio. I think that's how you pronounce it. Uh, Babis Katsionis, keyboards. Petros Christodoulidis on bass, and Mark Cross on drums. Oh, my friend Lee Fackless, where are you when I need you to pronounce these names? Help me out here, buddy. In any event, what I can say about Firewind, so they're Greek power metal band. Gus G, very sought after as a guest guitarist on many projects. Uh, and Apollo Papathanasio, great vocals similar to Jorn Land. So let's go through the songs. Uh, my favorite songs on the album, Into the Fire, not to be confused with the song of the same name by Deep Purple, Heads Up High, Head Up High, Remembered, Circle of Life. It's a nice Hammerfall type riff. My Loneliness, a power ballad. Uh, Maniac. I could have done without that. That's a redo of the 80s hit by the same name. She's a maniac. I don't know, guys. Could have written a different one, but it's okay. Great album. Firewind, The Premonition. So, on to the second. And this may be a surprise for some folks. Of course, up until recently, I didn't really have any representation for any growl style vocals, but I'm going to give you one right now. Opeth, a Watershed. I was advised if you want to try and get into growl style vocals, start small and kind of you know evolve, which is what I'm trying to do. Opeth, Swedish prog metal. The album's called Watershed. Great album. Growls, even with the growls, not too bad. But so my favorite tunes, Heir Apparent. It's got the growls, but I love the guitar. Hex Omega, heavy yet very moody. Like it. Uh, Bridge of Sighs, which I believe is a Robin Trower remake. Uh, Nice, really, atmospheric guitars in that one. Uh, Burden, very melodic. Uh, opening Opening song, Coil. It's kind of a mellow opening, but good song nonetheless. And uh, and then the very last song, Den Standiga Rizan. It's a Swedish acoustic song, but really good mix of prog metal, a little folk in there. Uh, Mostly, I would say, you know, straightforward vocals, but some growling. But I can dig it. So good show. Hope to have more Opeth in the future, but we'll see. So from Opeth, well, first I'm going to take a drink. And no, it's nothing alcoholic. All right. So We're going to go from power metal of Firewind to the prog metal of Opeth to a Scottish, wait for it, to a Scottish pirate metal band, Ailstorm. So how did I discover these guys? So years ago when had my iPod, and I had my Apple account, iTunes account, and I'd buy songs and I'd get a lot of suggestions, and this one popped up and heard a couple of tunes and I really liked it. Uh, really good stuff. If you're into the pirate lore like I am, check out the if you haven't seen it on Stars, they had this 4 season um, series called Black Sails. Very cool. So I'm very much into the pirate thing. And Ailstorm, how can I describe them? It's like kind of like SpongeBob SquarePants style metal. You got the organ, you got the guitar, and folk metal. You name it, they got it. Uh, Favorite songs on this album: "Over the Seas," "Captain Morgan's Revenge," "Of Treasure," "Wenches and Mead." I love it. "Nancy the Tavern Wench," "Terror on the High Seas," "Set Sail and Conquer." The very last song, the only how would you say, the only non original on this album, "Flower of Scotland," traditional folk. Uh, really good stuff. Give it a try. I implore you. It's very heavy in spots. If you like the organ, it's very cool. So check it out. So from Firewind to Opeth to Ailstorm, got one more, and this is another old friend of ours, old friend of mine since the 80s. And I did feature them in one of these episodes back in the 80s. So let's get to it. Whitesnake. Oh, always been a fan of David Coverdale's vocals. Um, so songs on this. So it starts out with the song "Best Years," a bit heavier than normal Whitesnake, which is a good thing. Top songs on this album are the next two for me. "Can You Hear the Wind Blow?" "Call on Me," not to be confused with Chicago's ballad in the mid-70s. "Lay Down Your Love," great soloing in that song. "Got What You Need," all 4-star quality songs. "All I Want, All I Need," typical Whitesnake song. If you like, the slower ballady, love songy type stuff. So that was that. Uh, Firewind, "The Premonition," Opeth, Watershed, Ailstorm, their debut, "Captain Morgan's Revenge." I love the cover, by the way. And of course, Whitesnake, "Good to Be Bad." So this is Jack Toledano speaking for All or Nada, according to Jack. Here it is, February 27th, I believe, and we are finally getting our first snow here on Long Island that's sticking to the pavement. I think we're supposed to get 1 to 4, but please don't let it be any more than, say, 2 or 3. I don't want to have to freaking shovel too much, so help me out there, Mother Nature. Jack Toledano. You want to see me on Sea of Tranquility? I was just in an episode with my good old buddy Pete Pardo and his brother Rich Pardo. This past Thursday, I went to see the Winery Dogs at Starland Ballroom in Sayreville, New Jersey, and a good time was had by all. Great band. Last night we did a quick recording, and we about 20 minutes or so, where we did a quick review of the concert. Really good show. So check it out. We got to hang out with Mike Portnoy a little bit after the show. Bassist Billy Sheehan was out there, as hung out with some of the people with passes after the show. Richie Kotzton wasn't there, but and we got to hang out with Sydney Taylor a little bit, so that was cool. Uh, Stay tuned. A lot of good things coming up on All or Nada. So please be patient as I try to, assemble all the material. A few surprises coming up. So I'll see you soon. Jack Toledano. Have a good night. Bye.